Welcome, everyone. Okay, let's jump right into this exciting explainer where we're going to decode some absolutely amazing mysteries found in the biblical text. Have you ever loved solving a really good puzzle or a riddle? You know, the kind that makes you scratch your head for a while until, aha, you finally figured out? Well, thousands of years ago, writers used brilliant riddles to teach some of life's most important lessons. Today, we're looking at a specific passage from the book of Proverbs. Specifically, Proverbs chapter 30, verses 12 through 22 from the NIV Bible. And trust me, it is absolutely full of surprises.
So, you might be wondering, what do these completely crazy things have in common? We're talking slimy leeches, flying eagles, and sharp swords. To find out, we have to look really closely at a special list of numbers and riddles from Proverbs. The writer uses these vivid, wild pictures to help us understand exactly how he wants us to live. So go ahead and put on your detective hats right now because we're going to figure out exactly what these mysterious symbols mean.
1. Pride and pointy teeth, decoding the first riddle.
Let's start with our very first puzzle from the biblical text. It warns us about the dangers of pride and thinking we're totally perfect. The text says there are some whose eyes are haughty. Now, haughty is a big word that just means they look down on everyone else because they think they're so much better. And look at this wild quote. Imagine someone with actual swords for teeth. If they bite down, it causes a whole lot of damage, right? Have you ever heard someone use mean words that felt like a sharp poke? That's exactly what this is describing. It's using this scary picture to show us how damaging mean, proud words can be to the poor and needy. It's really interesting to contrast someone who proudly thinks they have zero flaws with someone who humbly lets him guide their heart to be kind. Have you ever thought you did your chores perfectly? Like maybe you cleaned your whole room, but you actually missed a giant spot under your bed? The passage mentions those who are pure in their own eyes, yet are not actually cleansed of their filth. That means they think they're absolutely perfect and never make mistakes. But true wisdom is knowing that we aren't perfect and that we need to humbly follow His path instead of acting like we're better than everyone else.
2. The never-satisfied leech. Beware of greed.
Have you ever met someone who just wants more? Maybe toys or candy, and they never seem to be happy with what they already have? Well, the biblical text brilliantly illustrates that yucky feeling, like a slimy leech whose daughters only ever cry, give, give. They're stuck at 50% give and 50% give again. It's kind of a funny picture, but it perfectly shows what greed looks like in our hearts. Greed just takes, and it's never, ever happy with what it has.
Building on that slimy, greedy leech, the writer then gives us 4 very specific things in the wide world that are never, ever satisfied. They never just stop, take a breath, and say, okay, I've had enough. Can you guess what they are?
Here they are. The grave, a barren womb, which describes the deep sadness of a family that really wants a baby but can't have one. Land which is never satisfied with water, and fire which never says enough. Think about a roaring campfire. If you keep tossing wood on it, does the fire ever say, "No thanks, I'm full"? Nope. It just keeps burning and getting bigger and hotter. Bone-dry dirt is the exact same way. It just drinks up all the rain and always wants more. So the crucial point is that just like a raging fire or dry dirt, a greedy heart forgets to show gratitude for what He has already provided. He wants us to be thankful, not greedy.
3. Respect and the ravens, a serious warning.
Okay, prepare yourselves because our third lesson features some intense animal action to show us just how seriously He takes the way we treat our families. Yuck, being eaten by vultures is super gross, right? But the biblical text uses this extreme, wild picture to remind us that showing respect to our parents is incredibly important to Him. It's a vivid warning that bad attitudes, like mocking a father or scorning a mother, even just rolling our eyes, lead to really bad outcomes.
The message here is crystal clear. It's a simple rule, but choosing to honor and obey our parents is a wonderful way we can show respect and honor to our God and Savior, Jesus Christ. When we listen to our moms, dads, or guardians with a good, happy attitude, like cleaning our room the very first time they ask us to, we're actually following His brilliant design for our lives.
4. Wonders of His creation, the things we can't understand.
Let's shift gears now and look at the breathtaking awe and wonder of His incredible world. There are some things that just make you say, wow. The writer lists 4 amazing things to show that His creation is full of majestic mysteries. Just picture the smooth flight of an eagle soaring high up in the sky without even flapping its wings, or how a snake slides effortlessly over a smooth, flat rock without any legs. And think about how a giant, heavy wooden ship manages to float and navigate the deep, dark seas, along with the beautiful wonder of human relationships. Even with all our smart science, sometimes we just have to step back, look at the sky or the ocean, and be totally amazed by the wonderful, complex world He made.
And this builds right into a very important lesson about honesty. Verse 20 talks about someone who does wrong, wipes their mouth like they just finished a tasty snack, and then lies about it. It's kind of like sneaking a giant chocolate chip cookie right before dinner, wiping all the messy crumbs off your chin, and saying, "I didn't eat anything." Step 1, do wrong. Step 2, wipe your mouth. Step 3, lie. But here's the amazing thing. We know we can never, ever hide the truth from Him. Trying to pretend we didn't do something wrong is silly because He sees absolutely everything and He loves it when we choose to tell the truth.
5. Actions that shake earth when the world is upside down. Finally, we reach our last riddle from the biblical text. It describes things that feel so backward that the ground itself starts to shake. Imagine the whole world being flipped completely upside down. The text literally says, under 3 things the earth trembles, and under 4 it simply cannot bear up. When things aren't the way they're supposed to be, the whole world feels wobbly and unstable. It's kind of like trying to walk on a giant bouncy castle when everyone else is jumping at the exact same time.
There are 4 situations listed where fairness is completely flipped upside down. A servant suddenly becoming a king, a godless fool getting plenty to eat while kind people are hungry, a very grumpy woman getting married, and a servant taking the place of her boss. These sound like crazy mix-ups. You see, He created order, fairness, and rules to keep everything in His creation safe and happy. When people act foolishly or completely out of turn, it throws His whole world off balance. He loves justice, fairness, and perfect order in His creation.
As we finish decoding these awesome riddles from the biblical text, I want to leave you with a big challenge. Will you choose to be humble and use kind words instead of having swords for teeth? Will you be totally honest instead of wiping your mouth and lying about that cookie? And will you choose to be perfectly thankful for all the wonderful things He gives you? It's completely up to you to live these lessons to show respect and honor to our God and Savior Jesus Christ today. The biblical text is full of these amazing hidden riddles, just waiting to be uncovered. Which mystery will you solve next? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep your detective hats ready.